Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this new video of Daily Current Affairs. So today we'll discuss important updates for the day 14th of August 2020, and before we begin, I have gathered 5 words that will surely boost your vocabulary and they will be important for the major competitive exams. So I am Ayush, your host. Let us get started with the session of the day. The first word with us is ardent. So it means very enthusiastic or passionate. The Hindi meaning for this word is utsahi. The synonyms for this word are avid and vehement. The antonyms are cursory and tepid. The sentence that can be formed from this word is an ardent supporter of the conservative cause. Alright, the second word is voracious. It means wanting or devouring great quantities of food. So Hindi meaning for this word is cow, and the synonyms for this word are compulsive and rapacious. The antonyms for this word are unacquisitive and abstemious. So the sentence that can be formed from this word is a voracious appetite. The third word is foment, which means instigate or stir up, or you can say an undesirable or violent sentiment or course of action. The Hindi meaning for this word is bhadkana. The synonyms for this word are instigate and incite. The antonyms are lull and stop. So the sentence that can be formed from this word is they accused him of fomenting political unrest. The fourth word is stern. So it refers of an act or statement strict and severe. The Hindi meaning for this word is kathor. The synonyms are strict and stringent, and the antonyms are lenient and lax. The sentence that can be formed from this word is stern measures to restrict vehicle growth. The fifth and the last word is prevaricate. So it means speak or act in an evasive way. The Hindi meaning is chal kapat. Synonyms for this word are hedge and vacillate. The antonyms are confront and encounter. So the sentence that can be formed from this word is he seemed to prevaricate when journalists asked pointed questions. Alright, so that's all for the words of the day. Let us get started with the session questions of the day. The first question is recently a galaxy resembling our Milky Way and named as Baby SPT0418-47 has been discovered. Which research organization has talked about its details? So the answer is option D, European Southern Observatory. So a golden halo glinting 12 billion. You know that 12 billion light years away is the farthest galaxy resembling our Milky Way yet spotted, and the researchers said, adding surprisingly unchaotic title to this infant star system which challenges our understanding of the early year of universe. So this is the first time a bulge has been seen this early in the history of universe, making this baby SPT041847 the most distant Milky Way look alike. So the important thing here is that the baby SPT0418-47 was picked up by the powerful ALMA radio telescope in Chile in this European Southern Observatory and using a technique called gravitational lensing. So what's the name of the technique? It is gravitational lensing, okay, where a nearby galaxy acts as a powerful magnifying glass, okay. Alright, moving on to the second question. Consider the following statements about Official Secrets Act. The first one is it was first enacted in 1912 and was retained after independence. Second one is the law applicable to government servants and citizens provides the framework for dealing with the espionage, sedition, and other potential threats to the integrity of the nation. The third one is after independence in Free India, it was amended and made stricter in 1967, widening the scope of Section 5, wrongful communication etc. of information, and enlarging the scope of Section 8, which is duty of giving information as to commission of offences. The fourth and the last statement is the CPWD asked three firms, Larsen and Toubro Limited, Shapoorji and Palonji and Cooperative Limited and Tata Projects Limited to sign secrecy affidavits before submitting their final bids for the Parliament project, which is in news recently. So the question here is, which of the following statement is are false? So the correct, so you can reread the statements here by pausing the video. So the correct answer for this question is one only. The first statement is wrong. All the other statements are true. So it was first enacted in the year 1923 and not 1912. Okay. So here term comes CPWD. So CPWD stands for Central Public Works Department, and it was founded in July 1854. Its headquarters is in New Delhi and Director General is Puneet Kumar Vaths. Okay, alright. Third question is, how much fund India will give for the implementation of Greater Malay Connectivity Project through line of credit and grant respectively as announced by Foreign Minister recently. So the answer is option A, 400 for as the line of credit, 400 million US dollars as line of credit and 100 million US dollars as grant. So External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar announced this, and the 6.7 kilometer bridge project connecting Malé with Guliafalu Port and Tifushi Industrial Zone will help revitalize and transform Maldivian economy. Alright, so moving on to the fourth question. Recently, a study has flagged high rate of deforestation in Papum Reserve Forest, a major hornbill habitat. So where is it located? So the answer is option B, Arunachal Pradesh. So Papum Reserve Forest, which is also called PRF, is an important bird and biodiversity areas, which is also called as IBA. So IBA what stands for Important Bird and Biodiversity Areas in the state of Arunachal Pradesh, as mentioned in the option. And Papam Reserve Forest forms part of the Eastern Himalayas endemic bird area. A large part of the site is covered by subtropical dry evergreen and semi-evergreen forest. Okay, and while the higher areas are under subtropical broadleaf hill forest cover. I'm repeating again, a large part of the site is covered by subtropical dry evergreen and semi-evergreen forest, while the higher areas of this are under subtropical broadleaf hill forest cover. So out of everything, the important note here is that the Papum Reserve Forest is a nesting habitat of important three species of the large colorful fruit-eating hornbills. They are great wreathid and oriental pied. Okay. Moving on to the fifth question. Consider the following statements about next generation sequencing machine NGS, more generally about Mega Labs, which was in news recently. So the first statement is the labs will be repurposing large machines called NGS, which are normally used for sequencing human genomes, to sequence 1500 to 3000 viral genomes to at a go to detect SARS-CoV-2 virus. Second one is the ICMR has partnered with the US based Illumina, a company that specializes in the manufacture of NGS machines. Five such sequencers costing rupees 4 crore each are currently available in India. Third statement is it can also trace the evolutionary history of the virus and track mutations more reliably. Unlike the RT-PCR that needs primes and probes, the NGS only need custom reagents. Okay. So the question is, which of the statement is are true? You can reread the statements listed here by pausing the video. So the correct answer for this question is option C, 1 and 3 only. The second statement is false here because the ICMR has not partnered with the US based Illumina. It is actually CSIR. So let me tell you a brief introduction about ICMR and CSIR. ICMR stands for Indian Council of Medical Research. It was founded in the year 1911. Its headquarters in New Delhi, and the Secretary and Director General is Dr. Sriram Bhargav. And about CSIR, so CSIR stands for Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. It was established in the year 1942 and Director General is Shekhar C. Mande. So RT-PCR is a term here. So it stands for reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction. All right. Moving on to the sixth question. What is the name of the Special Purpose Vehicle SPV formed by the National Highway Authority of India NHAI for financing construction and operation of the rupees 1 lakh crore Delhi Mumbai expressways? So the answer is option A, DME Development Limited. You can guess by the statement Delhi Mumbai Expressways, DME Development Limited. Okay. So this 1300-kilometer long Delhi Mumbai Greenfield Expressway is one of the flagship project of Bharatmala, which is India's highest development program about the highways, and the SPV will be wholly owned by NHAI, which stands for National Highway Authority of India. So NHAI was founded, or you can say established, in the year 1988. Its headquarters lies in New Delhi, and the chairperson is Mr. Sanjeev Ranjan. Okay, moving on to the seventh question. Recently, retail inflation based on Consumer Price Index (CPI) accelerated to dash percent, and food inflation increased to dash percent in the month of July, according to the latest government report. So you have to fill the blanks here. So the correct answer is option A, 6.93% is the retail inflation, and food inflation is 9.62%. Okay. So what is CPI here? So CPI monitors retail prices at a certain level for a particular commodity price movement of goods and services at rural, urban and all India levels. Okay. So the change in the price index over a period of time is referred to as CPI based inflation or retail inflation. Okay. And what about the food inflation? So it stands for, or you can say it is defined as the condition of an increase in the wholesale price index of a necessary food item relative to the general index or the consumer price index. Okay. And if you go about the formal definition of CPI, the consumer price index, so it stands for, or you can say it is defined as a comprehensive measure used for estimation of price changes in a basket of goods and services representative of consumption expenditure in an economy. Okay. So the very important thing to note in this question is the concern here is that the inflation figures for July exceeds the RBI's medium term target of 4%, or you can say plus minus 2%. The RBI mainly factors in the retail inflation while arriving at its bi-monthly monetary policy. Alright, this is very important. So you have to note down all which I have said. The eighth question is, recently which country launched Clean Your Plate campaign, sparking speculation that the country faces food crisis following the COVID-19 pandemic? So the answer is option B, China. This campaign is flagged by the Chinese President Xi Jinping, and the Chinese official said that different from the previous campaign, which was aimed at putting an end to officials' extravagant feasts and receptions. The 2.0 version of this scheme calls for the public to stop wasting food. Alright. Ninth question is, consider the following statements regarding Hindu women's inheritance rights. This was in news recently because of the Supreme Court verdict. So the first question is, currently ruling is that compulsory joint heirship is by birth. So the father doesn't need to be living as on 9th of September 2005 when the Hindu Succession Amendment Act was enacted. Okay, so the act was enacted in 2005. The second statement is the Dayabhaga School of Hindu Law, codified as the Hindu Succession Act 1956, governed succession and inheritance of property but only recognized males as legal heirs, and later it was amended in 2005. The third statement is the 174th Law Commission report had recommended the reform in Hindu succession law. The fourth statement and the last statement is there are two schools of Hindu laws in India. One is Dayabhaga Hindu Law School and the other one is Mitakshara Hindu Law School. So the former one is observed in all parts of India and the later one is observed in Bengal and Assam. So the question is which of the above statements are incorrect? Okay. So you can pause the video here and you can reread the statements again. Alright, so the answer for this question is option. Uh, Let me tell you. Okay, so the answer for this question uh, is 2 and 4 only. Uh, we are we're considering the incorrect ones here. So 2 and 4 statement is incorrect here. So the Dayabhaga school of Hindu law is not codified as the Hindu Succession Act. Rather, it is the Mitakshara Hindu law school. Okay, and there are two school of Hindu laws. Yeah, it's correct, but the Dayabhaga Hindu law school is observed in Bengal and Assam, and Mitakshara Hindu law school is observed in all parts of India. But in this statement, it was vice versa mentioned. Okay. Alright, moving on to the 10th question and the last question of the day. According to a draft key performance indicators for private operators released by the railways, what is the haulage charge the private players have to pay per kilometer? So the answer is option B, 512 Indian rupees. So it is mandatory for them to maintain now 95% punctuality through the year. The haulage charge will be for using railways infrastructure and other charges are also related to this haulage charge, like if train comes early or late. Okay, so alright, that's all for the session, and if you think this video helped you to raise your awareness about important updates and happenings around the world, please leave a like on this video. And if you have any suggestions, do write in the comment section, and if you think this channel is worthwhile, so you can subscribe to our channel and you can get important updates on a regular basis. So thank you very much for watching this video. Have a very good day ahead.